Alright, time to talk about something serious. So today is World Suicide Prevention Day, and I figured I would have a little chat with y'all, because I know a lot of you out there are good people, and you definitely need to hear what I want to say. I know a lot of times it helps. Sorry, I'm struggling with this damn cord under here. It helps to hear from somebody else sometimes. Somebody you may watch on TV or YouTube or, whatever. It helps to hear stories and how they feel about certain things that can help you with your issues. And it's funny. Normally, on something like this, I usually wouldn't say anything because I usually tend to stay away from super serious topics like this. I like to keep my channel lighthearted, comedic, fun, stuff like that. But I know majority of my followers, 93% of you, are all male, anywhere from 18 to 45. So, having been a young male to a middle-aged male, I understand what it's like. And ladies, listen too, because this all applies to you too. So, World Suicide Prevention Day. I don't know where to start, but I'll tell you this. I did a video before where I told you that I did talk about self-deletion. I did think about it. It was very, very brief in my life. There was a couple of times had to do with, one time I had to do a relationship. One time it was just some stuff I was going through. But for me, it was very brief. And I mean only like a couple of seconds. But the fact that it creeped into my mind, it counts as I've thought about it. You're going through so much pain or darkness in your life, you think that that's the only escape, without really realizing how wonderful life can be. For most of us, it's never as bad as what you really think it is. Because things are relative. Sometimes it's just, oh, girl broke up with you. And guys go and self-delete, and it's like, why? Bruh, it's like, if you found one girlfriend, you can do it again. It's not what you think it is. It's not that big of a deal. So let's see how I want to word this. I'm telling you, unless you're like some type of psychopath, serial killer out there, or, you hurt children, or you're some, maybe then it might be best for you, but to do something like that. But for most people, 99.9% of the rest of you, whether it's a divorce, a breakup, you're broke, you're homeless, you don't got no friends, you're awkward, you have anxiety, you're timid, you don't know where you want to go in life. Whatever it is, you're overweight, you're not in shape, you're too skinny, not tall enough, too short, not enough muscle, don't think you're pretty enough. You know what I mean? All these different things, it's not worth it. There's so many things that you can do to make your life better. We're all born with a deck of cards dealt to us in life that we did not get to choose. We did not get to pick our parents, and you got to do what you dealt with, what you dealt. Okay, so you're going to be born looking a certain way, acting a certain way. You may be born in different countries with different opportunities. For every single problem that you can think of, there's someone who had the guts, the testicular fortitude, or the ovarian fortitude to climb out of that problem. I just ate some food and it's got giving me a funny taste in my mouth. It's like making my teeth feel funny. I ate some cheese and... So sorry if I'm talking funny. But for every single problem that you can think of, like some people are, yeah, well, I live in a country where this, or I'm a female that's got this problem, or my leg was blown off in Afghanistan. Like, no matter what the problem is, there's somebody that took your problem, turned it around, and became happy in life. So, you know, whatever it was that happened to you, some of the worst things on the planet have happened to people, and you know that you can always find a story that's similar to yours where they climbed out of it. It's never worth it, man. Find something that you love in life. Every single one of us has at least one talent. You have at least one talent, okay? And you have at least one talent. You can use that talent to bring joy to others. You know what I mean? So they say that giving is better than receiving. I know there's many people that would argue that. I'm actually a person that would say that they're both very rewarding. I don't know which one is better. But that's what some people do. Like, as a YouTuber, I know there's people that have felt down, sad, like they're worthless to humanity. Excuse me. And then they start YouTube. They're good at entertaining people for whatever it is. Maybe it's comedic things like I do, or impressions like I do, or acting like I do, or whatever it is else it is, or giving advice like I do. You know, I've got several talents, and I'm willing to say that. I know I do. But we all have at least one. Whether it's gaming, or some of you would argue that I'm not that great there. I always beat games that you say that you can't beat. So I'm still moving, still doing my thing. People still love my gameplays. You know what I mean? All these things that I do, basically it's all under the umbrella. I can entertain people. I'm good at entertaining people. Okay? And you look at other YouTubers out there, and they had these lives that they sucked. And all of a sudden, because they used their talent to entertain people, they all of a sudden, they didn't have friends, now they've got friends. They didn't have a girlfriend, now they've got a girlfriend. They didn't have a boyfriend, now they got a boyfriend. They didn't have money, now they got money. You know, they didn't have respect, now they've got respect. They didn't have notoriety, now they've got notoriety. Whatever it is, now they are entertaining people around the planet, and they have this following of where they're getting emails like I do now, with people telling me that they did not self-delete because they found my channel. You know how heavy that is? And at the same time, humbling and rewarding that my entertainment kept someone from killing themselves. They found that much joy in my content. And you can do the same thing too. You ain't gotta be a YouTuber. There's so many things you can do. Some people are great teachers. You know, when I was in college, they talked about how you have to be an expert in something to be a professor, but you don't have to be a good teacher to be a professor. That's the reason why some professors just suck at teaching what they know, but they're an expert at. They do. But someone that can be a less of an expert, but better of a teacher can teach you something. Sometimes you're a great teacher. Sometimes, hell, you're the greatest listener. You get on these suicide hotlines and you're the person that people are talking to. They just need someone to talk to. You might give a great advice. Might be comedy, might be athletics. I guarantee you there's someone out there that did not self-delete because they discovered Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or LeBron James or whoever you might say. They got so much joy from watching them play, aka they're using their athletic talent, bringing joy to people in the world. And it doesn't even have to be on a mass scale. Like I said, suicide prevention line, teachers. Sometimes you're a great friend to people. People find out that you're a good person and a great friend. Good friends are hard to find. So when you find someone that's a good friend, a good person, you'll see that you'll attract people that like to talk to you just because you're a great listener and a great person like that. You know what I mean? It's just so many things, you know what I mean? You might be a great seamstress. You just know how to make the greatest outfits to fit people, and it makes them feel so great. You might be the best barber in the world, the best hairstylist in the world. You know what I mean? Or not even in the world, but just you're great at what you do. And that brings joy. Even Scarlett told me she loved being a hairdresser because she loved making people feel so happy after having their hair done. Fellas, you know what it's like. Get a haircut after looking like a wolf for a few weeks, and it makes you feel like a new man. You feel great, like you could talk to any chick on the planet. You know what I mean? There's just so many talents out there. Some of you are humanitarians, and just some of you love pets and animals, and I mean, it's just so many things that span the interests and hobbies that you're talented at, that span the world, that it's basically almost limitless. Of course, there's finite hobbies and interests and talents. However, it's so limitless that you can find joy if you just look hard enough for that joy. Some of you are just giving up on life too easily. Giving up. I don't understand why. You know, 'cause for me, I do understand why. I get it. Some of you are just in a sunken place. I get it. But what I'm saying by that is I understand why, because for me, I'm just the type of guy, especially with you guys out there, if there's a problem, I'm climbing that mountain and planting that flag. Whatever problem it is that I have, I am constantly trying to correct it. And I eventually will correct it and fix it. You got what I'm saying? I grew up awkward. I grew up the outcast kid. I was corny. Or I had a big head. I was funny looking. Skinny, awkward. Didn't know how to talk to chicks. Socially awkward. Physically awkward. I was smart. I was funny. And I kind of grew into that. And I started working out. Started bringing the women in. I got into sales. And the more I hung out around men that kind of like dressed and got chicks, all of it filtered into me. All of it filtered into me. And kind of, through things I saw on TV, created who I am today. Now I'm no longer awkward. Now I'm no longer socially awkward. Now I know how to talk to women. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a growth. It's growth that people cut short. You may be young and awkward, you may be grown and awkward, but because you've never put yourself in situations that allowed you to grow, you've stifled your growth. I tackled jobs that made me talk to people, which is why I'm into and why I'm an actor now. I always had the talent. Only with around 6 or 7 acting lessons, I was able to win the IMTA Actor of the Year award. And there were people that were acting for years. So it was something, an ability that was always there. But I was always timid and scared. That happens when my mother raised me really well. She raised me to be a really great person. I love her to death for that. But she also made me timid. I wasn't able to truly express myself as a young man under her. And that happens to a lot of guys that are raised by women, single mother families, especially in religion. It's stifled, man. You don't really get to really express yourself as a man. And, but there's so much you can do. You have at least one talent or gift that you can bring happiness to yourself and to others in the world, and there's no need to waste it. And like I said, almost no matter what it is, you meet women that have been, the M word has been done to them. The R word has been done to them. People that have had people, killed in front of them. Some of the worst things you can think of people are paraplegics, and there's so many things. And you see these success stories, and it's like a lot of us think to ourselves, "My God, if that happened to me, there's no way I would be able to live or handle that." But they did. How did they do it? Maybe get a book on their story. Maybe read about them to find out, how did you do it? Find people that are dealing with the same thing. Look for success stories. Because especially when it's not a celebrity. A lot of times when a celebrity is so far from you, you think it's so far from you, that you can't relate. And you're forgetting that celebrities, no matter how little bit of celebrity they have, whether it be internet influencers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, whatever, all the way to someone like Tom Cruise, they're all normal people. It's just status and entertainment and on the TV. And this, you've kind of been brainwashed into thinking that they're better than you or in another world. And they're really not. We're all in the same world. There's different cultures and subcultures in it, but, stick with me here. You almost think it's untangible. You can't grasp or understand their world. You can. You need to read stories on people. Like I said, if it's a celebrity and you can't, understand it, find people who are going through what you've been through and look at their videos on YouTube or look at their stories online. You know what I mean? The Rock's the biggest movie star in the world right now, but then he had put out something about dealing with like anxiety and depression. And you're thinking to yourself, wow, The Rock's 6'5", 280, all this muscle, the girls love him, he's charismatic, all this other stuff, and you're like, somebody like this went through it? Yeah, he had his battles too. Does that bring things down to earth for you to realize that even the people who you think have all these much better lives than you went through the same stuff or even more sometimes than what you're going through? You don't know. You don't know how ignorant you are to the world and your own growth that you can achieve. You just don't. It's. But anyway, I've ranted enough for now. Okay. Any of you watching this that are thinking about self-deletion, don't do it. Okay. Don't do it because it's not worth it. You're gonna cause pain to your family, to your friends, and people that care about you, whether you think they do or not. Because there's always someone that, no one cares about. And then they got people at their funeral crying and everything. People do care about you, whether you believe it or not, Reach out to people. Never be scared. Some of you ain't scared to jump off a building to do something to yourself like that. But you're scared to talk to someone for help. Like, come on now. Seriously. Speak to people about help when you need help. Understand that? Talk to people when you need help. I don't care if it's a stranger. Sometimes a stranger can help you more than someone you know. Sometimes you feel like, it's uneasy talking to someone that you know about it. Talk to a stranger about it. That's what those hotlines are for. Talk to someone on the street, at the bus stop, at the gym, something. Spark up a conversation. Talk to somebody, make you feel better. If not, go to your parents, your loved ones. Somebody can help you. All right? Yeah, that's about it. Have a great day. 10 million subscribers.